In this video, we will present you the motor of our company, PERLA, with code PMA45RM-Z, which is specifically designed for awnings. The motor is available in 50 Nm, while the PMA59RM-Z motor, available in 80, 100, and 120 Nm, has the same settings. The properties of this motor are that it has mechanical limits, high and low. Its built-in receiver has the ability to turn the sun sensor on and off using the remote control, and it also has an external instant power restoration button. Its installation and programming are very easy and fast. We have used the DC1600 and DC2702S remote control to program this motor. This model has the ability to indicate whether the sun sensor is on or off, and it has 15 channels. In order to program the remote control in the motor, first we press the button located on the end of the cable from the motor head to make the motor move back and forth. Immediately after, and within 5 seconds, we press P2 from the remote control 2 times. And we press the up arrow 1 time. To confirm the programming, the motor will make a back and forth motion, or will beep continuously. In case our motor runs in reverse, we keep the button on the end of the cable from the motor head constantly pressed for 5 seconds until we hear continuous beeps. Then we release the button and test if it works properly in the right direction. From the remote control that we have already programmed, we press P2 1 time, and we wait for the back and forth motion to be completed. Then we press P2 1 more time, and we leave it. And then we press P2 from the new remote control. We confirm the learning process of the new remote control by listening to the multiple beeps of the motor. To delete the receiver and all the remote controls programmed into the receiver, press P2, wait for the small back and forth movement to be completed, press stop, and P2. The motor will move slightly back and forth for confirmation. In order to add the DC116W sun-wind sensor to our receiver, we press P2 after we have programmed our remote control 1 time. We wait for our motor to move slightly back and forth, then we press P2 a second time from the remote control, and we press P2 1 time from our wind sensor. The motor will make a small back and forth motion to confirm the process. To make sure we've programmed our wind sensor correctly, we press the big button with the up indicator to see if our awning will move upwards. We set the desired level of sun-wind sensitivity from the trimmers, and we are ready. In order to add the DC510 shock sensor to our receiver, we must first place the batteries inside the package and take the board in our hands. Then after setting it to 0, we press P2 from the remote control 1 time. The motor will make a small movement back and forth. Then we press P2 a second time, and we press the black button from the anti-shock sensor 1 more time. Our motor will make a small movement back and forth for confirmation. To test that it works properly, we select the number 5 from the anti-shock sensor, and we press the black button 1 time. Our awning should start moving upwards. Then we select the sensitivity number from 1 to 9, and we turn off the device. The smaller the number, the more sensitive our sensor will be. We can use our remote control as a button. This means that our motor will work as long as we hold the direction key pressed on our remote control. To activate this function on the receiver, we press P2 from the remote control one time, and the motor will move back and forth. Then we press the up arrow from the front, and once again the P2 from behind. Our motor will make a small movement back and forth for confirmation. To deactivate the function, we follow the same procedure. To activate the sun sensor from our remote control, we briefly press the stop and the up button at the same time. The sun signal will appear on the screen of our remote control, and our awning will make 3 small movements up and down to confirm the command. To deactivate the sun sensor, briefly press the stop and down button. On the screen, the sun symbol appears with an oblique line, while the motor makes a small back and forth motion for confirmation. All 15-channel remote controls can be set, and we can create as many channels as we want from 1 to 15. To do this, we press simultaneously and continuously the right and left arrow of the motor until the number 15 appears on the screen. Afterwards, by pressing the arrows, we select the number of channels we want to set, and we press the stop button one time.